Before we dive into this incredible World War II fire trick, make sure you subscribe to After the Sirens and comment below. Your thoughts help us uncover even deeper historical secrets, and today we're exploring one of the most ingenious, little-known military techniques from the Second World War. During World War II, soldiers and operatives often faced situations where traditional fires could compromise their location. Campfires, signal fires, or even cooking flames could betray a unit's position to the enemy. In response, military engineers and field operatives developed a method of producing sustained heat without smoke, a technique that remained highly classified for years. This fire trick wasn't just for survival. It was a tactical advantage, allowing for cooking, warmth, and signalling without revealing one's position. The core of this technique revolved around chemical compounds and the controlled burn of specific materials. Soldiers were trained to create fires using small, dense fuel sources that could sustain combustion for hours. Unlike a normal fire that consumes wood and produces thick smoke, this method used a combination of magnesium powders, alcohol-based gel, and dry cellulose materials treated to burn efficiently. Magnesium, in particular, burns intensely while producing very little smoke, especially when mixed with binding agents that slow the burn rate. In practical terms, a soldier could prepare a small fire pit, line it with treated cellulose or compressed fuel tablets, and light it with a minimal spark. The fire would then burn steadily for several hours, providing warmth or cooking heat while emitting almost no visible smoke. The technique required precise layering and minimal airflow. Too much oxygen would cause a smoky flare, while too little would extinguish the flame. Understanding this balance was crucial and part of the rigorous field training soldiers received. Historical records indicate that these fire methods were also used by resistance fighters in occupied territories. Partisans could set up concealed cooking or signalling fires deep in forests without alerting enemy patrols. For modern survivalists, this technique offers a fascinating study in sustainable and discreet fire-making. While replicating the exact chemical formulations from World War II is unsafe outside controlled environments, one can experiment safely using small-scale, non-toxic alternatives such as compressed sawdust blocks or commercially available fuel tablets, layered carefully to sustain a slow, hot burn. To apply this knowledge practically today, consider survival scenarios where smoke might compromise your location. Creating a slow, low-oxygen burn with dense fuel allows for long-lasting heat without giving away your position. Camping and bushcraft enthusiasts can also learn from the layering techniques developed in World War II, which emphasize fuel density, oxygen control, and fire longevity. For instance, arranging small compressed blocks in a compact formation, covering them lightly with ash or soil, and igniting the surface produces a long-lasting, controlled flame, suitable for cooking or warmth. Another practical lesson lies in the ingenuity and resourcefulness of wartime engineers. Understanding how they balance chemistry, physics, and environmental conditions to produce an almost invisible fire encourages modern historians and survivalists to approach challenges with creativity. By studying these historical applications, one can appreciate not only the science, but also the strategic thinking behind each field innovation. It is worth noting that the technique wasn't limited to magnesium or chemical solutions. Soldiers often integrated natural materials such as resin-rich pine knots to achieve similar smoke-free results in emergencies. Learning to identify and utilize these materials under varying environmental conditions became a crucial skill, particularly for operatives working behind enemy lines. The enduring value of this technique is not just historical. It teaches a lesson in efficiency and stealth. Even in modern survival contexts, controlling the burn rate of your fuel, understanding airflow, and choosing the right materials can be the difference between success and detection, warmth and danger, or life and death. In conclusion, the secret WWII fire trick that burned for hours without smoke represents a remarkable convergence of science, strategy, and survival skill. It demonstrates how military ingenuity can translate into practical knowledge for history enthusiasts and modern survivalists alike. By studying the materials, techniques, and applications, one gains a window into the minds of wartime engineers and a toolkit of ideas applicable even today. If you found this guide enlightening, subscribe to After the Sirens, share it with fellow history buffs, and leave your comments below. Your engagement helps us uncover more hidden techniques, secret innovations, and fascinating stories from history. Understanding the past not only enriches our knowledge, but can also give practical insights for present-day challenges.